So I had to remove the reverb tank to get the thing out easily. Out she comes. Be careful not to drop it on the studs there. Put one through the cone. We'll give this one a test on the bench and see if we can recreate the weird distortions we were hearing. Interesting dust cap there. Got a little cutout with a felt in the middle. Some speakers have the full dust cap. Other ones have the excuse me. Oh, always want to start a video. Some speakers have the full dust cap there, and others have a mesh one. This one's got like a full one with a hole cut out in the middle, and then it's got some what looks like felt underneath. And you can see the seam there in the pressed paper cone. And here's the driver the customer went with, which is the WGS warehouse guitar speakers G10C. And looking at the dust cap, it's full felt. I suggested either this or the ET10. I purchased both because I'm going to use the ET10 for one of my projects, and I said if this one's not particularly to his liking, I could suggest we can replace it with the ET10, and then I'll use this one or whatever. We can do some video comparisons. But he was adamant he wanted a more American voice speaker to go with the Princeton, so we've gone with this one initially. So in it goes. Now, quite a bit more hefty magnet on the G10C compared to the Fat Jimmy. That is technically a 25 watt speaker, but this will give us a little bit more margin for error. Now, just speaking about speakers in general, or amplifiers in general for that matter, it's a simple fact that some speakers sound like arse. And if you've never seen one before or know nothing of what it sounds like, you've often got to look up what it's supposed to sound like, which I had to do in this case. There was a lot of heat in the comments. I probably should have clarified a bit better in the last video that it was quite obvious there was something wrong with the speaker. Either its design or there was a fault with it. Either way, it didn't really matter to me. Something should be done about it because it wasn't really making this beautiful little amp everything that it should be. I don't know every single speaker or amplifier on the face of the planet. I'm in Australia, so we've got a very limited selection over here, usually absolute trash that I get working again, and out the door it goes. When I get a chance to do a restoration project like this, I dig a bit deeper, and a lot of the time there's a lot of time spent off my own back, which I don't charge for, in order to do research to find out more about what these things should sound like, because electronically all the measurements can be perfectly fine, but then you've got a weird sound. And that was the case in this case. But for example, the Alnico Jensens sound like shit on Fender stuff, and this sounded pretty similar to that. There's nothing wrong with the Alnico Jensens, they're not to my taste. But for example there, that would have been a perfectly good speaker that sounded like shit, and I only know that because I've heard brand new ones and compared several of them, and they all sound the same, whereas I've never seen a Fat Jimmy before, and you can't buy them anymore. So that's my little rant. If you have any issues with stuff I've done in a video, it's probably not a good idea to just start on the front foot with abuse, or I'll just ban you. Constructive comments, sure, but oh my god, this guy doesn't know anything, what a dick. Well, what do you think's going to happen? I'm going to shadow ban you, then you're just yelling into the void, so, you know, it's kind of pointless. But moving on, let's do some sound samples of this thing.